Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brywell alongside Brooks Bonigan, and Coach come through with a 2-0 weekend, and I know at the end of the day 2-0 is the most important number there.
Absolutely. You know, we're ecstatic to get the 2 wins. You know, it was a different weekend. You know, on Friday night we were without a couple of our very experienced seniors in the back, so we were asked to play several players out of position. And we were also forced to play a ton of freshmen, and so at the end of the day, when you're with those conditions to get a win, it's a great result.
I believe you started 6 freshmen in that match. You end up with a 1-0 win early in the second half. About 6 minutes in the second half, Chanel Hudson Marks headed in off the corner from Olivia Gauthier.
Yeah, it was a great service. It was a great goal. Chanel did. Olivia put a great ball in, and Chanel was a fantastic finish. And great for those guys. Again, two freshmen, and you want them to build confidence from that. But yeah, it was. We work a lot on set plays, and so it's always nice to see one of them, go your way.
You came back, you changed things up a little bit for the Sunday game against Idaho, and it was a wow one. And so one where you get up 2-0 early, and probably the fans, I know as a coach you're not thinking the same way as a fan in the stands, but they're probably thinking, well, we're up 2-0 early. This one's going to be a fun one on a Sunday afternoon, and all of a sudden Idaho roars back. They tie it up. You go up 3-2. They tie it. You end up winning it in double overtime on a goal by Lizzie Werner.
Yeah, it was a crazy game, like you said, and I thought it was first 20 minutes was the best soccer that we played all year. I thought we were brilliant. I've watched the tape 4 times now, and we talked to the girls this morning in practice, and easier said than done, but if we can play the way we played for that first 20 minutes, if we can put that into a 90-minute game, we're going to be really good. I think overall the weekend we got better as a team. I think going back to Sunday, the way that we played allowed us to play our true style of soccer, and it was one of the first times this year. Obviously, we made a few mistakes, a few costly errors to let them back in the game. But we created a tremendous amount of chances. There was some, again, great soccer. The girls really were clicking in a lot of ways, But we just have to clean some things up. And if we do and can play that way, like I said, we're going to be good.
Most importantly, it looks like you had that focus, that intensity back. I know coming off last weekend, you were pretty frustrated at that first half, got it together in the second half, but this weekend, it looked like the focus was there. In that Idaho game especially was a particularly, I guess you can call it, intense type of game. Those teams were going at each other. It's kind of game maybe you need to turn that light switch on.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult as a player. Although I was a player many moons ago, I could still remember. I mean, when you go from such a high to starting the game being up 2-0, then you give up those goals, some teams will crumble. Mm-hmm. And so I think there was not necessarily when they tied it 2-2, but when they tied it at 3-3, I thought we started, the approach was let's play not to lose, and most of the time you lose that way. And we talked to them when we went to overtime, and basically said there's nothing to lose. Play with your heart on your sleeve, and go and get this one. And I thought they responded extremely well. Every game you can learn something from, and I think we learned a lot this weekend. As I said, I think we got better. We got to play some more players that got a little bit of confidence, that gave us coaches confidence, and I think we got deeper this weekend. So, it's with having so many new players, it's going to take time. It's us telling the kids just be patient, keep working hard, put your head down, and good things will happen. And so overall, it was a great weekend. Would we have liked to win by 2 or 3 goals? Of course, but like you said, a win is a win. We had a lot of adversity, and we're playing a new system, so the kids did really well with it. I'm proud of them for getting the 2 results. Now it's just doing some fine-tuning and moving on to the next game.
You're going to have a pretty busy weekend because you've got a home-and-home weekend. You're going to travel Friday. You'll play at Western Kentucky at a 6 o'clock game. Then you're going to come back home for a Sunday night game, not the usual Sunday afternoon, but it'll be a Sunday night game agained Ole Miss over at Mike Rose.
Yeah, I know, a big weekend ahead of us. Obviously, Western Kentucky is a very well-coached team, and a very solid team, and we're going to have our hands full on both games. And moving forward to the Ole Miss game, that's a big rival of ours. they've got a great team this year, a team full of veterans, and we're just going to have to be really sharp. You know, everybody is going to have to be really focused, very disciplined this weekend, and you know, obviously give that 110% effort. And if we do, we give ourselves a chance to win. But you know, we're going to have to be clicking on all cylinders. And as I told you, we're getting better. We're getting there. We're not at this point in the season where we've arrived. But I think we're really starting to find our groove and figure out who we are as a team. And you've got to be able to do that before you can peak. So we're getting closer to that. Obviously, 2 tough opponents this weekend, 1 game at a time, and looking forward to it.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Yep, absolutely.
That is head coach Brooks Monaghan. I'm Jeff Brightwell. This is the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.